Welcome back to the Media and Entertainment Summit and Awards 2025. I'm joined here by Vikram Sakhuja from Madison World and OOH. Welcome, Vikram.
Absolutely great to be here.
Vikram, would love to know your perspective that in today's algorithmic age where everything is driven by data, how can brands drive outsized growth for their business?
Okay. Firstly, no one silver bullet. I think India is a very heterogeneous country, and you've got to be able to look at the entire diversity, whether it is markets, whether it's the socioeconomic classes, whether it's the consumer cohorts. Understand all your businesses well, and then see how you want to deploy your money across advertising, content, marketplace, and performance, the four big levers. But if I have to come out with one big silver bullet, if you want to call it that, it is actually the ability to use AI to actually transform your growth. We are seeing a lot of data signals which are being converted into big time growth, mid and bottom funnel. But that's because in mid and bottom funnel, there's a behavioral parameter that our outcome you're looking at, downloads or a visit to something or an actual sale. These are easier to model. What is really the holy grail is if you can find a similar piece of signal and an outcome when it comes to mind and heart metrics. And I think that's what the future, where the future lies. So I would want the CMO and the chief information officer to jam. The CMO should come and give the insights. So, for example, if I was talking about this yesterday, Snickers has this lovely thing about, the hangry moment, and you're not yourself when you're hungry. Now, if you really want, is there a way, and everybody who's been through that knows that if you see this message when you are facing that, it resonates so well. It'll form a very close bond, the brand with you. Now, a very pedestrian way of doing it is that, okay, day parts when people are likely to be hungry between lunch and dinner, but that's not doing justice to the insight. I think what would really be helpful is if we can find through the entire AI and data piece, what are the kind of signals which actually make means a person is hungry. It's possible. And then once again, how are you going to do something which is not behavioral, but when you see something, what happens? Your brain lights up, right? Something that the EEG or the MRI shows up. Now, if that can actually be captured and scaled up, then that's the holy grail.
Absolutely fantastic. So much insight to touch upon there. I want to touch upon the fact that, of course, everybody's planning for multiple Indias, but nothing brings these Indias together like sport, right? How can brands look at sports and, linear TV sports, live sports has been around for decades, but how can they really tap into digital audience engagement on live sports?
Oh, you have a lot of options now. Essentially, if it's coming to IPL specifically, you can get it on TV, you can get it on handheld, and you can get it on CTV. On CTV, you can either buy spots or you can buy impressions. So this is now you've got to see what works for you. Ideally, again, break up. So you've got about 30 million homes in India which have actually got connected TV, which they're actually using. So from that standpoint, it makes if you've got a target audience which is just suited to these, it makes eminent sense to go for a CTV route. Similarly, if you've got masses who, for example, are even in some of the HSM markets where TV, in fact, digital reach is higher than TV reach, UPs and Bihars and Chhattisgarhs and so of this world. So in those particular cases, just for reach extension, you can actually go to handhelds and do this. So you've got a whole smorgasbord in front of you. Now it's up to you how to choose, how to make it work. So the options are there. So I'm not sure whether I answered your question, but it's you got some sport is a great reach. It's a great reach builder. My only added piece I'll say on this is there are two things. One is you can put a advertising on IPL just to make your ad get seen. And that's great. You can get reach, or you really want to associate with a game, which is really what the sponsorship is all about. On that front, I feel TV has a little bit of an edge over a handheld, and not between TV. CTV and TV are, I think, interchangeable that way. But TV and handheld, because what we've seen is while reach on handheld is as much as TV, the time spent on handheld is lower than on TV. So when people are sitting on, and that's intuitively there, right? If you're sitting in front of a TV screen, you are with friends, you're watching the entire game in front of you, you'll spend a little bit longer than when you're doing your phone and just catching up the score. So I'd say that yes, you've got a plethora of options based on your marketing needs and your consumer audience. That's very good.
Fantastic. There's so much again to pick from there. The community aspect of TV, the smorgasbord of options on digital. Thank you so much, Vikram, for sharing this. Thank you.